Next, we'll talk about the reproductive parts of the flower. Androecium is called the male reproductive whorl of the flower. We studied that the outermost whorl is called the calyx, and inner to the calyx we have the corolla, and third whorl from outside in a flower is the androecium. Androecium consists of several stamens. A single stamen looks like this, having anther with two lobes on the top and a filament. So such stamens, many of them together, form the third ring or whorl of the flower, which is called the androecium, the male reproductive whorl of the flower. Inside these anther lobes are filled tiny yellow colored pollen grains, and inside these pollen grains the male gamete or male sex cell is present, which is going to participate in fertilization. So the third whorl of the flower is called androecium. Each androecium is made up of several stamens. Each stamen is made up of anther lobes and filaments. Inside the anther lobes there are pollen sacs, and inside these pollen sacs is filled a yellow powdery material consisting of pollen grains, and the male gamete is present inside the pollen grain. So you have to learn the order. Inside androecium made up of stamens, stamens made up of anther and filament, anther having pollen sacs having pollen grains, and inside the pollen grain we have the male gamete, and this male gamete only will fuse with the female gamete when fertilization has to occur. This is all about the male reproductive part of the flower, which contains male gametes which will take part in fertilization. Moving on to the female reproductive whorl of the flower, or the innermost whorl of the flower, which is called gynoecium. Each gynoecium consists of carpels or pistils. Just like androecium consists of stamens, gynoecium consists of carpels or pistils. And each pistil has three parts. What you can see here is the stigma. These are the pollen grains which have landed on the stigma. If you have to see an individual carpel, what it looks like, refer to this diagram. This is the stigma. Stigma is usually hairy or sticky. It's a knob-like expanded part of the gynoecium. Then we have a tube-like structure which is called style, and a basal swollen portion which is called the ovary. So each carpel consists of three parts: stigma, style and ovary. And inside ovary we have number of structures called ovules. They are rounded bodies which are called ovules, and the female gamete is present inside the ovule. Just like male gamete is present inside the pollen grain, these are the anther lobes inside which pollen sacs are there, inside which pollen grain is there, and the male gamete is inside the pollen grain. Likewise, this is a carpel having stigma, style and ovary. Inside the ovary, ovules are present, and inside the ovule, female gamete is present. The male gamete from the pollen grains has to fuse or mix with the female gamete present inside the ovule, and this fusion is called fertilization. And after fertilization only, this ovary changes into fruit and these ovules change into seeds. So you have to understand how a flower only forms the fruit and why the fruit contains seeds. This is the innermost whorl of the flower, which may have one carpel or it may have many carpels. Here there is one carpel, and inside that carpel, which has three parts: stigma, style and ovary, inside the ovary of the carpel there are several ovules, and inside the ovule female gamete is present. Now what happens? The pollen grains from the anther lobe, they fly. Once the anther lobes burst, pollen grains are released. They fly, or with the help of an insect they land on the stigma, and here they germinate. When they germinate, a tube comes out here, and inside this tube what is moving? Male gamete. This male gamete with the help of tube is brought here and released here, and here the female gamete is present inside the ovule. The male gamete fuses with the female gamete, and this process is called fertilization. After fertilization, all these tiny ovules, what you see here, change into seeds, and this entire ovary changes into fruit. Once fertilization occurs, the sepals or the calyx falls off, the petals also fall off, the stamens also fall off, stigma and style also fall off. Only what is left? The ovary and the ovules. And this is how a flower changes into a fruit, and this is how seeds are formed inside a fruit. This diagram, what you can see here, is of a typical flower having all four whorls, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. But remember, every flower doesn't have all the four whorls. Some have only calyx, corolla and say androecium, or calyx, corolla and gynoecium. Those flowers which do not contain all the parts are called incomplete, and the ones which contain all the parts, all the four floral whorls, are called complete flowers. And complete flowers are always bisexual. Bisexual means having both male and female reproductive parts. But an incomplete flower may be unisexual. That means it may either be a male flower or it may be a female flower.